Welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Render. Let's get into the price action here. So what we were discussing before was a couple of options, and I'm actually just going to come back here and we're going to just talk about, obviously we don't have a lot of data for this, so we need to be a little bit careful within the analysis of this move. We have to look at both those bullish and bearish potentials in this case. So what I'm looking for within the structure here is that potentially we could have a few things going on. So the first, I'm just going to discuss the bearish. We could see this as a potential B wave to the upside. So really, the B wave rejection zone is anywhere from this 486 to this 217 region. And what we need to be aware of is that if we do start to reject to the downside, our one-to-one target would be down here towards the 0086 region. So this is where we got to be a little bit careful within this. Obviously, as long as we continue to set higher lows here, we do have the potential that we are starting a bigger move to the upside. So we're going to go over that bullish count next. But what I want to just discuss is the potential of this. Even if we don't come down here towards this lower zone here of this 086, we could potentially find support at some of these other key areas here. This 0141, this 077, sorry, 0177, and this 234, and this 311. So these could be zones along the way down. We could actually look to find support if we do start to break down. So if we do break down, this is going to be key areas that we're going to be looking for. And because of the fact that we have the possibility of just looking at this move as a corrective structure here as A, B, C. For A, this is a B wave and this is a C wave, which could potentially be completed. What we have to be careful of is the fact we don't actually break down in a bigger 5-wave move, looking to take out some of these lows. So if that was to occur, it would look something like this, and we're just going to go over this. What I would be looking for is the potential that we have something like this as a 1 and a 2. We would not be allowed to cross this high again, which would be this 2114. If we cross this, it would invalidate this count that we currently have on the screen now. But really, it would only be confirmed by a breakdown towards this 0437. So we're going to go discuss a couple of key support zones. If we do actually break down in this manner as a bigger 5-wave move, what we'd have to be on the lookout for would be 3-wave structure to the upside, potentially looking for a rejection and then looking for continuation to the downside. So this is what we need to just be aware of. There is always, two sides to a coin, so we need to just be aware of both of these. Okay, so now let's talk about the bullish potential here. So within this structure, there's two ways that I'm currently looking at this move. I'm actually just come in a little bit closer here, and then I can toggle through these. So the one way would be that potentially within this structure, we could have something like this, where we have this as a 1, 2, another 1, 2, and another one, potentially a wave 2 here forming. And we could actually be looking to break up in a much bigger way. This would give us a much bigger push to the upside and would potentially mean that, this would extend much higher here. Obviously, the first 5-wave structure, that target would be this 1365 from our current area. If we had to come down here towards this green support box, that would change this and we would have that would basically drop this down lower, potentially towards this 1153, depending on how deep we come here. But really, if this is the case, we don't want to lose this 56 cent area. If we lose 56 cents, this becomes very unlikely that we could see this play out. So we're looking out for that potential that within the structure, we could just also have a 3-wave move up here, in which case, this C wave could still take us down to the 74 cents at a 1-to-1 given the current structure. So once again, a break above this 214 would invalidate this potential of coming down lower and would rather indicate that we are having a direct push to the upside. So the alternative way of looking at this, so we can see here this would be a series of 1s and 2s. So we'd want to see this start to move. The alternative way that we can look at this is that potentially instead of looking at it in that manner, we could look at this as an expanding diagonal within this, and this would potentially make this an A wave or a wave 1. So if this is a case, what we could then be looking for is still that same potential of coming down deeper here, where this becomes ABC, except this would then become a wave 1, this would become a wave 2, and then basically what we'd be looking for is either a move up towards this zone. I'm going to go with that 1-to-1. either as move up towards this 5884, which would make this a one-to-one move, where this becomes A, B, and then C, and that would just be a corrected move, which would still indicate at this point then, that we could still see lower lows. If, however, we do see this something like this play out, and then we actually push up towards this 2125 range, this would confirm a new trend, and we'd be looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a bigger fifth wave to the upside. So this is what we're going to have to keep an eye on. Obviously, this will take a long time to play out. The key thing here is really we cannot lose this zone of this 427 region. We don't want to lose this area. If we start to lose that 0.786, which is this 42.7 area, this brings us right into the range of this 1618. And typically, if we do move into this zone and we cross a 1.618, we always have to be cautious of an additional fourth and fifth wave. It doesn't have to happen, but we need to be cautious of that fact. Okay. And now the final way that we were looking at this, um, so this was one way that we were actually looking at previously, and I want to just discuss this because we were looking at the potential that this is 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're looking for this to become a third wave, but we didn't actually move high enough, and now we've actually crossed this wave once, so this is no longer valid. So I'm actually going to just get rid of this count. So within this move down now, we can argue two things. So we can argue that either this is a completed wave, we have a B and we come back to one for a C, or if this low holds at this 89 cent range, we could potentially be looking for a direct push to the upside, but this would have to prove itself. And really, there's a few things that would have to happen for us to get confirmation of this. So in this case, what we'd be looking for is something like this, where we have a direct breakout to the upside. So given the current cards, I'm actually going to come down here into the 4 hourly now. Looking at this structure, what I would be looking at is the potential that from further back here we have a 1 and a 2, but now confirmation of a bigger third wave would only come by much higher, moving much higher towards this 278. So this is possible. I can't see it currently through the structure. I would potentially then be looking for the possibility that we still have this additional fourth and a fifth wave, and then if we do complete that, the problem is we just have three wave moves here currently. Obviously, if this does extend out, potentially we could move up towards this $2.78. However, what would be more probable is, if we do just form a five-wave move, as I have it mapped out here, towards a zone of this $2.01 to this $1.87, what we could then find is that we have a three-wave retracement back down afterwards, and we maintain this low here at this 108 region. If we maintain that low and we just get a three-wave move back to the downside, potentially what we can be setting up for is another 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this thing starts to really move. So this is what we need to be on the lookout for. If we just form a five-wave move up here, as we have it shown, and then we actually break down below this $1.08, this would confirm that this is just a corrective structure. So this whole move here would just be ABC, corrective move, looking for downside again. And then we'd be looking for that lower target of that, that ABC. So we'll go over that once more before the video completes. But really what we want to see is a nice strong move up towards this $2.78. For as long as we fail to do that, we need to be careful. This could just look to break down. So the 1-to-1 of this move is actually sitting here right in this zone that we're looking for at this $1.94, $1.94.4. So if we do see this, what I'm going to be on the lookout for is basically I want to see a three-wave move now to the downside, because this looks completed to the upside 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There is always the potential, we can extend out further here. But what I would want to see is basically a three-wave move back to the downside, something comparable with this move here, and then looking for another five-wave move to the upside. From that point, like I said, we'll have to watch these key levels, and if we did move up into this box, basically what we'd be looking for then, if we are looking for that possibility of a 1 and 2 again, so that's where this is a 1, looking for a wave 2, we'd be looking between this 144 to this 122. So really, once we start to lose 122, this would, pretty much, it wouldn't invalidate possibility to the upside, but it would definitely make the impulse up less likely. We could still see something play out. And what I mean by that is we could still have an ABC. We come back down in another ABC, then we form another ABC, something like this, and it's just a bigger corrective structure, but it wouldn't fit into our count. So that's not really what I'm anticipating. But we need to see this move actually either extend out towards this 2778 or complete this 5 wave move, find support back here, and then look to push to the upside. That is basically what I can see within the charts at the moment. I can't see any potential besides the way I'm counting it for extension. So what I want to see is this fourth wave play out. So as long as we hold above this 144.82, so $1.482. What we need to be on the lookout for is a 5 wave move up towards this $2 range, then looking to see if we can actually complete this 3 wave structure down. If we just complete this move up, take this low down here, like I said, then we would be treating this as a corrective structure, and then we'd have to look for those lower targets, which were over here towards this zone of this 92 cent to this 56 cent area. 1 to 1 would be the 74.6. So keep an eye on this. If we do maintain these lows, we can look to potentially look to continue up. But I am just being a little bit cautious that it would make a lot more sense, in my own opinion, if we are going to extend up here, that we'd actually have one more drop here before looking to push to the upside. So just keep that in mind if we fail to break above this $2.14. And we'll try to keep you up to date as best we can. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the content, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out. It's free to join. As well as that, you will find affiliate links for both Primex BT and BYBIT down there. Both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. If you do not have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone, have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.